Alright, I got to square up my mill now. I'm done cutting that swing arm there off the side of the table. So I got to move the head back and square it all up so I can use it for doing real work. So, time to move it back. So the first thing I do is I center the table up here. Centers me up here so I get a rough idea where center is on the table, just by eyeballing. Now this has a stop, it looks like, when you get it to all the way one side. Found that out earlier. Alright, so I'm going to loosen up the four through bolts that hold it down. I can slide it back. I like letting I have to move the telescoping part in and out, so it saves me a lot of work having to put that back where it was. Yeah, Scooby. Not enough loosening. Yeah, come on, the other way. Scooby's in the way. It's not coming back. Same problem we had before, it wouldn't come backwards. There it goes. Stop right there. So back it off the stop a little bit. But that ain't centered, not by a long shot. There's T-bolts in there that are jamming on something. Right now the milling machine's way off center, so I know it's not. It needs to come back square. See, look, you sight down the center here. This is the center of the mill right here. The head's way over here. It needs to be centered up in the mill. So now I get to play around with it, try to figure out what it's hit on. One of the bolts is obviously stopping from moving. I just don't know which one. One of them. Same problem we had before. Doesn't feel like these two. So my guess is over on this side. This front bolt right here. It's the one that's twisting when I hit something. So loosen it way up. See if that helps any. Probably not. definitely something bound up. Just bolt. Yeah. Yes. It's pretty hard. Oh, wonderful. Don't know what the problem is. Well, I know what it is. It's binding up, but I don't know how to stop the problem. So the mill should be able to go both directions. It's only going one because it jams up. And now I won't even get back to where it started, which is even worse. You don't want to force it through it. That's not the right way of doing it. Fun, fun. I'm sure that is the problem, not something else. Pretty sure though it is. Tight right there too. Oh well. I can't tighten these bolts up anymore on this side. All right. Nope. All right. So. What to do about that problem? try to equalize the weight on the machine by moving it, sliding it back. I don't think it's going to work, but what the hell? Nothing else is working. Something's causing it to lock up, so until we figure out what the hell it is, we just gotta keep playing around and find a combination that lets me do what I want to do. Now, only 2 locks on this side. Alright, so I can slide the head back now, and that should give me a little bit less weight on the nose. Hopefully that'll let me slide it back further. More tension off my bolts. I had it right at the limit where I can still move it. Yeah, back one's tight. Okay. No, it still stops. Same problem. Oh, jeez. What a pain in the ass. Alright. I'll play this for a while. I don't know what it's going to take to fix it. Okay, I've got to go back a little bit now, so... Anyway, I loosened up the 2 bolts on this side quite a bit. I was jamming it a little bit harder, and then it started to move a little bit past the high spot in there. So once it moved, I go, okay, we can get it. I tried forcing it. So I went and put the bar back on it we tried using before we moved it. And I got to go across the high spot, which is about this much of movement, and then it hit the stop, hard stop again. So now we're back on center where it was. Once again, so here's your center point, and we are just past center right now. I think, yeah, just barely past. So we'll bring it back just a tick. Tell. Yeah, it's pretty close, but yeah, a little bit past. Look out, Scooby. Scooby's over here trying to help. What are you doing, Scooby? Is there a rat over there? Got a rat over there? Is that a rat? Yeah, a rat. Alright, so I'm going to move it just back past center slightly. Is that your new spot to stand? Alright, let's see what we're going to do here. That much. Got more control with that than anything else. Look out, Scooby. Okay, so now you just kind of eyeball it. Looks pretty even now. You line up with this here to the back of the machine, and you kind of center it up. So looks like it might be slightly to the right, maybe. It's pretty close though. I think it's back where I had it before though. So you can take your bar, lay it in the center of the diameter in there. There's your straight edge. So we can see that it's just like a 1/4 inch off. Put it over just a tick. Yeah. A little bit more. Right there. That's what we're using for our alignment edge. And we're pretty centered, see? Okay, I'm satisfied with that. So why you gotta keep a big aluminum bar laying around. So you can manhandle stuff that you shouldn't have to manhandle. Oh well. Way it goes in a big city, right? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and pinch the bolts down the back of the mill. Run the ram back out where it needs to be. I got the ram way on back right now. So that helps it rotate a little bit easier, so that might have helped somewhat, I don't know. I don't think it made that big of a change, but who knows. It doesn't matter. Right now it's where I can get to it. So I got these bolts out here about a ½ inch out right now. Yeah, they're definitely binding up a little bit. Must be something inside this column jack that's tight. Should be T-nuts inside of there, I imagine, but obviously they're not happy. Like most things, if it ain't happy, I ain't happy. Goes with just about everything you do. Okay, those aren't full torque, just a little bit. Okay, this goes back out to 8 inches where I had it. Seems to be a good number to use in most things. Uneven ground. I don't know what torque you're supposed to use on these, so I just tighten them. That's pretty good. If in doubt, tighten it right. That's pretty tight. Okay, I'm going to go on the other side. Fancy footwork down there, you got cylinders, junk. Everything's in my way. Oh, Scooby's in the way this way. Scooby, you're in my way. Come on, Scooby butt. Okay, now we got to tighten up these 2 bolts over here. So then we'll pull these all the way down. We got those down just lightly. We'll pull these ones all the way down. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. I'd probably pull them about 50 foot-pounds maybe. Yeah, put the camera way back there. It's just head knocker's always in the way. Alright. Semi-tight. Okay. That's pretty good. Alright, everything's back torqued. That was the easy part. That's supposed to be the easy part. Of course it didn't work out that way, but oh well, it's supposed to be. Alright, now we're going to square our head. So I use this chuck indicator here. So this goes around your chuck right there, or coil. Whatever they call that. That's the coil, I'm not sure what they call that. Who cares? Adapter, holder, you name it. It's the R8 part. Okay, to get most accuracy for squaring your head up, you can have it way up here, which means your effective length is the center line of here to here. So you get about this much. If you extend it all the way out and tighten it down, then the effective length now is from here to here, so we got this much instead of this much. So that means you have more air here for the distance, so that means it's more accurate if you make it 0, or close you can get to it. So you always want to run it all the way down. At least that's how I do it. The other theory is you want it to be inside where you're always using it. Well, I use it down quite a bit also, so there you go. Me, I'm going to do it this way. They can do it any way they want. Okay, I got the tables in the middle. lock down your tabs, your lock tabs on the table for your ways. Just take the clearance out of them, so that'll square the table up. The ones on the side, I always have them tied, I never take them off. Okay, now you take your dial indicator and you want to run it out as far as you can, diameter wise, to sweep the table. So as far as we can go on this one is from here to here, which is about, I don't know, 10, 11 inches, whatever the hell it is. As far as we can go. Put this thing in neutral, so we can rotate it. Okay, so we're all the way out, we're all the way down, we're too high in the air, so we gotta crank our table up. So that means I gotta go back to work over here. Time for me to get some exercise. Get close. Okay. So now you want the indicator to get close here. You can see where you're at. Let's see where we're at on our diameter. Okay, well obviously we're way past the diameter we need to be at because we went way off the back side. So move the table in. It's about a 1/4 inch off the end now. And we're still on the table, so go a little bit further. That's about 1/8 of an inch. This is in my way. Okay, whoop, too far down. Okay, so I'm going to move this over a little bit. Alright, we're on the table over there just a little bit. We can go a little bit further. Back off our table a little bit so it doesn't hit. Okay, so we're right here near the edge. And a little bit further in on that one so we square even them up a little bit. Now, I don't want to be right on the very, very edge because there might be a little nick right here or something, you never know. So you want to be just a little bit in. Okay, so whatever diameter that is, which is probably about 10 inches, that's as much as we can sweep. Okay, so every time it hits this, it can change. So you only want to come down enough till it just touches the dial. See the dial's moving, so we just move the handle up here a little bit until it touches. There's a couple thou. Make sure it goes all the way around, which it does. Okay, clean the dial off would help. Okay, let's get it close to something I can read really easily, like a 5. Okay, so right now we're 5 there. We're 1/2 thou under. And you go around the other side over there and you see what the dial says, because I can't see it. Yeah, it looks like it's on just that side of that 0, but it's pretty damn close to that 0. That's not a 0, it's 5, but anyway, it's, you look between the two lines of the 5, and right here it's right equally on it. Over here, you look over there, you can see it where it's just a little bit off to the one side, so you're a couple tenths over. Sweep it past your V to make sure. So we're a little bit low on the dial. So that means this needs to come up just a little bit, because as you compress it, it goes down this way. Okay, this one over here, we're just under 5, still just under 5. Spin it around the other side, see what you get on this side. And we're more under the 5. That's a 1/2 under, 1/2 thou under there right there. 4/10. Now if you go one way it has a different number, you can sweep it the other way, so make sure you sweep it the same way when you're measuring this stuff. So we're about 4/10 difference there. Okay, so there's where you got to move it. The total reading is 1/2 thou is our maximum error. That's in the one back corner over there only. Okay. So you got 4 pinch bolts right here that I don't undo. And you got 3 right here that I don't undo. This one here rotates the head this way. The one way back there rotates it up and down like that. There's a big bevel drive up there if you look up in there. might be able to see it, I'm not sure. Can't see the camera. So I just put tension on it right here. I keep them loose. You want to have no tension on these, so when they vibrate, they're free to sit wherever they're at. If you actually have tension on this, when the machine's running, it'll want to go that, it'll want to shift over that way. Now I don't know which way these things do it when they pull on it. I never do remember. Okay, this one here we want to get closer to be under the 5 than we are. Maybe a tenth or two max. Okay, so I just go up here and I put a little tension on it. Take up the slack. And we start putting tension out here. You watch the dial over here and see what happens. Looks like it's starting to go up a little bit. I'm going to go the other direction with it. See, it's going down a little bit. And when it moves, it's going to move. Of course, it ain't moving yet. Looks like it's going up now. Yep, going the wrong direction. Okay, I was pushing it this way right now. So it took up the slack and then it went the opposite direction when you put pressure on it. It does that too. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Okay, it's right on the 5. It's sliding over toward that. Back it off. So back to 0 up there. Just turning my fingers. We standardize that. We standardize it half under. And a lot of times I'll take my friendly buddy here. Give a couple of bangs to make it figure out which way it wants to go. And see that moved it. See, it went back to 2/10 just by beating on that a little bit. Okay, now let's see if it changed anything else on this. So even though we don't think we did anything, now we're above 5 on this side. Yep. So that was worth, it's actually over 5, so I went up 7/10. So even though it didn't look like we did anything, it moved it. So it's a back and forth deal. You do one direction at a time. So now we're back at 0. I mean, half a 10, half a thou under 5/10. All right, so now we go the other direction again. Okay, a little tension on the wrench there. Back it off again. The camera's too down low, you can't see anything. All right, so we back that off. Grab my little buddy over here. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, let's see what the dial did. We're way above 5 now on this one. What to do over here though? Okay, we're still above the 5. 2/10 up. Half a thou up. 4/10, and then it goes a couple tenths the other way on that side. It's hard to read with your holding the camera. I'm trying to see too. Okay, rotating this way, we're a couple tenths above the 5. See, it gets high over here, so we have to fix that next. Always do the worst first. Okay, so we're a couple tenths over there, and we're about a half almost here, so we're pretty equal side to side now. on the x-axis, x goes this way, y-axis goes this way. Now we got to get this figured out. Okay, so this one here, we were high on this side, I think is where we're at. No, can't see in there. Looks like we're way high on that side. Get up the camera and see better. Yeah, it's hard to read that. Camera screen don't work too good. I think we're half up though. When you get home watching the TV, you can see it really good, but here it sucks. Okay, well this one looks like we're half up on both sides. Alright, let me look at this from my view and me doing it so I can actually see what the hell I got going on here. Because I can't tell right now. Next thing I'm going to do is re-zero this out so I get an accurate number. Okay, we're right on the line. Dark as hell back here. It's always dark where you're trying to see. Try not to lean on the table too either. Okay. I think we're about a half a tenth under, 4/10 maybe. Right on the money here. So if we're under, this is high. If we're pushed down too much, we need to go up. I don't know which way up is on this thing. Basically, this needle needs to drop. Wrong direction. As usual, I always go the wrong way. Okay, we're half a thou down now. There's something to bang on. That's a good spot. Okay, that we zeroed out the indicator. Okay, we're just below 0. Okay, we're right on the 5. Go over here. My view, we're just over the 5 on that side. Go on the other side and see if it looks the same there on the other direction. Let's see, we're a little bit high on this view. Is that high or low? I forget. Go back over here. Nope, we're high. Okay, so we're a couple tenths up on the back side, so now we're too low. We went too much. So you only got to move it 1/10 probably to square it, but things don't move 1/10 around here. You got to work on them. And once again, I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to guess. I went the right direction, but I went a couple tenths, which is going to be too much. Give it a little bang bang. There's 0. And get the interruption phone, of course. Hello. Alright. Okay, we're back scanning this thing, so I've been playing a little bit. Scooby's in my way as usual. Come on, move it. Okay, so if you run this thing around the one direction, right now we should be about a half over almost. It's hard to say, I can't see from this angle. We're about 2/10 over through here. We're holding about 2-3 tenths over. It works its way up to about a half over right here. Like that. And we're 2/10 over on this side. And we should be back to about a half over on that side. So from one side, one axis, the other axis, we have about 2 to 3 tenths difference. So there's a little bit of a wear or a bow or something in the table here. I'm not sure which way the bow is in it. I don't really care. It's built in. Alright, so anyway, the key thing is we got these all in there. These are loose. There's no load on these things, so they just move right here, see? So that's what matters. Alright, so that's how you zero everything back in. So now we can go play and make it. Got some other junk. Just means I gotta put my damn table back up on there. I'll leave it off for now. Okay, that's it for that. So maybe I'll work on this and back. I gotta go work on Scooby. What do you want, Scooby? You want me to work on you? Yeah, he wants to be put up in the milling machine and cut on. Yeah, that's what you want. You want attention. All right, that's it for now.